Just because it's called the King of the Iron Fist tournament doesn't make an Iron Fist a prerequisite. Hey, it's Game Rant, and here it is, Tekken, weakest characters in this series. Number 10, Jack. Yes, we're sure someone will remind us that Jack is actually really good in Tekken 8, and we're not here to dispute that. But for the vast majority of his existence, Jack has been a clunky character for beginners to do that one swinging arm combo, and then they even took that away. He could be seen as formidable, except this is a 3D game, and avoiding his attacks and combos is a breeze. And any of his kicks only advertise his easy-to-slap hitbox. Oh, it's no wonder that satellite killed him at the end of Tekken 2. He's impossible to miss. Number 9, P-Jack. You ever go to the gas station and in the checkout line they have some extremely suspect energy drinks and supplements that promise maximum energy? Well, P-Jack looks like a mascot for one of those. He has all the disadvantages of the original Jack, but he also looks like the Michelin Man's weird off-grid uncle. And the worst part, you gotta work to unlock this mess. That's right, this Chrome Jabron requires you to play as, you guessed it, the original Jack. Well, at least this goofball can do a weird flying attack, even if this does ultimately lead to his demise in the end. Cause he was missing a few screws? In a mine? Why was he even trying to fly in there? Good riddance, you silly robot. Number 8, Wang Jinri. Wang is a collective grab bag of power moves and snappy martial arts, which might seem like a formidable combo until you realize he took the worst parts. Wang's kicks can throw off some incoming attacks, but for the most part, he simply doesn't have the appropriate answers for this style of fighting game, almost feeling like a Virtua Fighter character. Thankfully, he did see some improvement over the years, but nothing has radically changed his limited attacks and fairly dull personality from Tekken 2 going forward. Hey, at least he knows how to party, getting toasted by the old tombstone. Heck yeah. Number 7, Lei Wulong. It's been a rough go for members of the Wulong Club. Originally debuting as one of the most exciting fighting game characters thanks to his Jackie Chan influence, Lei's numerous fighting techniques have made him largely mid-tier except for Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection. But everyone's a beast in that game, so that's not really saying much. Perhaps because he was so overpowered in his first outings, the team felt the need to punish players who were overly reliant on his quick combos. But why they felt the need to make him look like such a dork in the cutscenes is anyone's guess. Number 6, Bruce Irving. No, not the athlete. Again, this is a total matter of perspective. If all you know about Bruce is his dominant appearance in Tekken Tag Tournament 2, you should know they were probably trying to make good for his abysmal performance in Tekken 5. Bruce is the former bodyguard for Kazuya, and if his kicks are anything to go by, we see why he's no longer employed. Besides, why did Kazuya need a bodyguard? Bruce always has the power, but he hardly has the speed. Well, at least he's out there rescuing children from being beaten up. Wait, is he? Seems like he just watched that child get beaten up and then beat up those other kids. You're a weird guy, Bruce. Number 5, Roger Jr., and Alex. There's a lot you can do with a dinosaur, there's a lot you can do with a kangaroo, and there's a lot you can do with a kangaroo and another smaller kangaroo. Of course, the most obvious thing to do would be strapping some boxing gloves on those natural wonders and sending them off to be pummeled by human beings and other animals. Yeah, there's a lot of non-human fighters in the King of Iron Fist tournaments, but as should be obvious, neither of these creatures can make a fist, and whatever advantages nature gave them are covered in boxing gloves. How did they even get those things on? Choices were made by one strange person. That much we know for sure. Number 4, Kuma and Panda. Like we've said, there's a lot of animals that are somehow allowed to compete in the King of Iron Fist tournament, including bears, which can easily slap away any incoming attacks with their advanced combo that's, hey, wait a minute, this is just Jack all over again. Kuma and Panda have long been Joe characters to either borrow from another moveset or are so slow as to be completely useless. But let there be no misunderstanding. As goofy as these two are, and many of the other characters we've talked about, we still love their inclusion, simply because it makes no sense. And that's what Tekken is all about. Number 3, Gone. In retrospect, it's rather amazing that the West even received Gon in their version of Tekken 3. Gon is a popular manga in Japan, which eventually led to a television series. But at the time, Gon was relatively new and an exciting character, who was included in Tekken 3 as a fun collaboration. And he is fun, except he sucks to fight against. Gon is the odd job of Tekken 3, and you'll certainly be getting side-eye for using this bite-sized cutie as your main. But we would be lying if we said we didn't miss the little fella. But he's one of the few properties Bandai Namco doesn't own, and so he hasn't been seen since. Number 2, Dr. Boskanovich. He can't even stand. Well, he can, but then he electrocutes himself and he falls over and then he burps and he farts. There's simply no greater joke character in all of Tekken than Dr. Boskanovich, but he is objectively terrible and has no place entering a ring with the likes of literal bears. In fact, it's unclear if he's even entered the tournament or if he's merely Mr. Magooed his way into an arena. We're talking about a guy who thought it would be a good idea to feed ogre blood to a mouse, destroying his home in the process. Yeah, we're going to need to look at that diploma, Doctor. Number 1, Gigas. There's simply no excuse for Gigas. Imagine all the crummy problems of Jack all the way back from Tekken 1, now in Tekken 7. We've already done this. It doesn't work. Gigas is slow, lumbering, and easy to smack around like the old blob that he is. Tekken 7 is one of the most meta fighting games of all time. If there was something good about Gigas, we would have found it by now. Instead, he's the worst character in the entire Tekken franchise. That's right, he's worse than the guy who burps and farts. That guy is classic. Gigas is the worst. In fact, we would even say he's the worst Namco fighting game character since Necrid. Yeah, we said it. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this list. Why don't you let us know who you think the weakest Tekken character is in the thread below? Keep clicking around here on Game Rant, and we'll see you next time.